Never fear, David is here, King David, except for one small problem. Tom here, welcome. The last video I did was about King Saul. King Saul had a terrible sin problem, and the way he resolved it is the exact wrong way. David had an even worse sin problem, and he resolved it in the exact right way. Let's teach our kids about that. The story of Saul ends badly. He had spent his lifetime as the king, the first king of Israel, just not quite sticking with God. He would waver. He would be given the instructions from God, and he would kind of do them, and then he would go off track. And because of that, he ended up lost, spiritually lost. And he tried to resolve that not by going to God, but by going to what is known as the witch of Endor, a soothsayer. And because of that, 24 hours later, he took his own life. David, on the other hand, did a terrible, terrible thing. He slept with another man's wife, made her pregnant, and in order to cover it up, he had her husband, Uriah, murdered. Nathan the prophet confronted him about his sin. David was horrified, of course, and he ran not to some priestess in some pagan land, but straight to God. And because he ran to God, he had to be punished, and he was, but God extended his grace so that David could continue as the greatest leader of Israel ever in history. As always, we got 3 Bible learning activities that you can use. Remember, these are not complete Sunday school lessons. They are Bible learning activities for you to use to spice up the lessons that you yourself are teaching. Design a sign. This has the kids doing 2 different things. The first one is to try and identify what these icons stand for. So if you would like to play the game yourself, pause the video and see what you can figure out. Now, this one here is the one I couldn't figure out, and check out the answer. 3-lane reverse curve to the right. I had to figure out what's a reverse curve. Is that one where you turn around and go backwards, or put it in reverse and cause a multiple car pileup? Well, apparently a reverse curve is where first you curve one way and then you curve another way. So if you happen to be on a 3-lane highway and you come across this sign, you'll know exactly what it's probably supposed to mean. The second activity in Design a Sign is for the kids to design a road sign that says, "Turn to the Lord." When you blow it, turn away from sin and turn back to the Lord. That should be fun. You might come up with some pretty creative answers. What in the world was that? Well, that was the Jesus bus, which is a load of kids heading for the Lord. The Lord, in fact, is the driver of the bus. So before class, you print these out, of course, and then you trim them along those dashed lines. Hand them out to the kids. They can color them. Doesn't matter if one colored page matches the one that you're going to tape to it. And then you can tape them to the wall. You can also do more than one copy, so you get a very, very long bus. David and Bathsheba, the story, might be a little bit tough for a little kid to understand, so I don't teach that in Sunday school for them. But here's something we can talk about, just how great it is to be walking with the Lord and obeying Him. It makes us smile. The link for the 3 activities and the teacher's pages is below. And be sure to stop by CLAMcentral.com for more. Thank you for watching. God bless you now.